Right, let's speak to the head of public affairs for the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, Earl Ankrah, who is joining us. Ms. Ankrah, good evening. I know I spoke to you earlier on radio this evening, but you also have issues concerning the grade structure and placement as Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. I want you to tell us about these issues.
Well, yeah, you're right. They had issues with their grade structure. In fact, it's not the first time it's coming up. Those issues have been resolved in part, but then they brought another aspect of it forth, and we said that will not work. It will not be consistent with the pay policy we are running. As we speak right now, that issue with the grade structure has been referred to the Grievance Review Committee. The Grievance Review Committee is an independent body that works on issues connected with the grade structure. So you would expect that GOSPA, knowing that the Grievance Review Committee is taking care of that issue, they will hold back and engage as we were doing before.
Now, the association is also raising concerns with conditions of service negotiations for members. Is this something that you're privy to? And I want to know whether this is also actually impacting negatively on negotiations leading to an amicable agreement as to whether or not they will receive the interim premiums.
First of all, you will recall that issues concerning conditions of service have been resolved on the public sector-wide level. There are category 2 and 3 allowances which affect everyone in the public service. Those aspects have been resolved. Now, issues connected with sector-specific, group-specific issues that have to do with allowances have all been negotiated except for GOSPA, the pharmacists, and they are the only ones holding back on the disagreements we have with them. Everything has been negotiated, and there are certain things they are demanding that are not consistent with the policy, which may affect other areas on the policy.
Are you able to tell us some of? Are you able to tell us some of these things, some of these demands you say are not consistent with the agreements?
Well, we are not allowed. The last time we went to the National Labour Commission, we were instructed not to discuss these details out there in the media. So
that's fair.
I'll hold back on that for now.
That's very fair.
But GOSPA is very much aware of those.
That's very fair. There are also concerns, really, that as essential service providers, GOSPA is not supposed to encourage its members to embark on a demonstration whilst negotiations are ongoing. That's clearly captured in our labor law. So I need to find out from you whether Fair Wages and Salaries Commission is engaging the workers on this authority and perhaps asking them to go back to work.
Yeah, I heard Mr. Koku when he said that. That is true. The Labour Act says essential services, issues connected with essential services must be treated expeditiously. But the Labour Act did not say, and let's listen to this part carefully, the Labour Act never said that it means when essential services are asking for something, you have to give it to them at all costs. It says the issues must be resolved within a specified number of days. When we engaged GOSPA, we had this in mind, and when we realized that we were not coming to a compromise, we said, can we call for a deadlock and then refer the issue to the National Labour Commission? That is the process that is supposed to be followed. When two parties are negotiating and they are not coming to a compromise, you have to together declare a deadlock and then proceed and let the authorities that handle that issue proceed with from then on. We advised that we should do that. On 2 occasions, GOSPA said no, they would rather engage us than call for a deadlock. So it was absolutely surprising to us that those who decided not to declare a deadlock rather went on strike and encouraged their members to go on strike. So and the other thing to look at is we at Fair Wages and Salaries Commission don't take decisions on strike actions, and we don't have that mandate. And secondly, it's important to note that we don't take decisions based on strike actions. It does not matter how long you go on strike. We are not allowed to take decisions. We cannot take decisions based on strike actions, because you can imagine that means everyone will go on strike and expect fair wages to yield to their demands.
Right.
The third thing to note is the moment a group engages in a strike action, we cannot continue to engage them. Tomorrow, being Tuesday, we were supposed to have met GOSPA to continue with the negotiations. But the moment they declare strike, our hands are tied. We are not able to engage them any longer. And that's not fair wages talking. That is the Labor Act.
Right. Mr. Earl Ankrah, before you go, we're informed that actually government has said that the implementation of the market premium is expected to commence in January 2017. Won't you say perhaps the fact that there could be changes in government and frustration in these promises that the workers actually want these premiums to be paid before then?
Well, this is the wonderful thing about market premium. Market premium is paid at the prerogative of the employer. It is not negotiable. So whether it is going to be implemented in 2017 or 2018 or any time, I mean, the employer can decide, you know what, this year I'm not paying market premium because I have not discovered critical skills in short supply. Those two factors must be considered.
Right, Mr. Ankrah.
Yeah, so yeah, implementation should start from January 2017, but we've not even arrived at which skills will qualify for market premium. Market premium is entirely different from interim market premium. Most people are of the opinion that once you are able to capture some interim market premium, that is what will take you into market premium. It is absolutely false. Let me take the opportunity to say on this network that it is not true. Interim market premium is completely different from market premium. You could be enjoying interim market premium right now. When market premium comes, it's got no business to do with you. It is an entirely different ball game altogether.
Right.
So the GOSPA issue has nothing to do with market premium. In any case, government white paper has given directives as to how we determine market premium, and that includes a labor market survey to be conducted by the GSS, the Ghana Statistical Service. They have done that, and there is a team looking into it and reviewing the presentations and finding out which skills are critical and are in short supply. So
Mr. Ankrah, we're grateful
entirely different.
We're grateful for your time, as always. Thanks very much. Earl Ankrah is Director of Public Affairs at the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. And in Kumasi, patients who visited the pharmacy unit of the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital to access medical drugs were left stranded because of the nationwide industrial action by the Government Hospital Pharmacists Association, GOSPA.
Some frustrated patients have pleaded with government to ensure the striking pharmacists return to posts to allow them get health care.
The government should kindly grant the pharmacists their request so that we can also get medicines for our ailments. This is the third time I have been here. If the pharmacists do not resume work, it could lead to my death.
GOSPA has been battling the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission over unfair placement on the single-spine salary structure. The workers have for the past 7 years demanded payment of market premium and poor working conditions. The government pharmacists went on strike in August over the unresolved issues of their conversion differences after migration onto the single-spine salary structure.
You're watching news at 10 from our studios here at Adesawe